Hello, brothers and sisters of Light and Dark. Welcome to my page. My page is by Common Sense. I try to keep it down under 10 minutes. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, or insults, you put it down below. Alright? Say something.
This one is so sunny, Savaya.
Yeah, your name is Sabaria. Do you know my name?
His name is Daddy.
Yeah, I'm Daddy. What's my name? You don't know yet?
Yeah.
What's my name?
His name's Savaya.
See what I'm saying? He's stuck on stupid until the 9 time being, okay? But anyway, light and dark, I'm saying positive in the light or positive in the dark. Okay, it doesn't matter. Light is on all sides and dark is on all sides. You can't escape it. But this video is going to be about my philosophies, okay? You know, I'm a natural born philosopher, okay? And people try to challenge me and they usually lose, okay? Because they don't have enough common sense, you know what I'm saying? You know what that type of shit is that? So I'll give you an example, okay? I usually go by universal laws. I don't go by, you know, tick for tack type shit that you have to really deeply think about, okay? It's something, obviously, if you do enough research, you kind of like understand what human behavior is, and animals and shit, and bugs and flies and trees and air and ether in the air and shit, kind of shit like that. You got to study some more in order to understand true philosophy, or for, you know, the philosophy text inside your deepest heart. You know, everybody's a natural born philosopher, but they got to wake up, because if you're religious, you're not a philosopher at all. Okay, right? So let's put it like this. See, that's one of my quotes. Okay, I'm gonna give you some quotes that I made, and if you want to challenge it, you can challenge it if you want. I could sit here and literally create quotes that make sense that you cannot break. And then you have to counter that philosophy. I want to see if I can get anybody who can counter the philosophy. Like, time will tell. Like, here. Time will tell for everything in this dimension. Now, you got to remember, specific words is not to be thought about in deep thought. In this dimension here. But not in every dimension. Okay, right? That's like common sense, correct? Do you have something else to say against that? Do you think you disagree with that? It says time will tell. Okay, time will tell. It could be anything. It could be anything on top of your head. Okay, time is in this realm. We know of this time in this realm, right? But in another dimension, you might not know what time is because it might not exist. You understand? Okay, but there's no deep thinking into that. Now, a fool will have to think deeply. It's like, what do you mean by time will tell? But I'm gonna say it's just time. It's just time. Okay, it's just time. Now, another verse. Okay, universal laws can never be fully understood by simple-minded Homo sapiens. Okay, universal laws. Now, do you know what I mean by universal laws? Now, you know how I have to make a definition to understand what human beings don't understand what I mean. Okay, and what I mean by universal, I'm like universal meaning that you're like bipedal. You're like almost everywhere. Okay, not bipedal, but you know, 2 places at once. You're like here and you're also in the other dimension. You're over there. You're in the invisible dimension. You're everywhere at once. You kind of know every fucking thing because you're telling me, motherfucker. But you're telling me that you know, you understand that law. Even if you came back from that universe or that dimension, you're telling me how I should understand. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay, it's good to use your imagination. But universal laws can never be understood by simple-minded human beings, even if you're a complex scientist. Okay, you disagree with that? Okay. Now, here's another one. Okay, women, most of them, quote unquote. See, I have to say that because I don't want to seem like a chauvinist or some shit like that. Women, in these times of days, okay, are the creation of chaos, in which men follow blindly. What do you think about that? Do you understand what I mean by that sentence? That philosophy? Do you understand what I mean? Okay, but if you understand it, you ask me, okay? I'm going to say it again, okay? Women, most of them, especially during these days and ages, okay? These days and ages, I made it very clear, okay? Are the creation of chaos. Chaos, okay? In which men blindly follow. What type of men am I talking about? Okay, you got to figure that out. I don't want to explain every last one of my philosophy quotes, but you should automatically use enough common sense. Why do men blindly follow into chaos, which women cause them to do? Okay. Okay. But anyhow, I'll let you figure that out on your own. Okay. Now, okay, let's see. What's another one? Okay. Wise men. Okay, here's another one. This one's for men. Wise men, which are very few and far between, which has existed throughout the eons of the beginning of time. Okay. You know, are the only order that keeps this world living. But then again, they may not be human after all. That's a deep one. That's a deep philosophy quote. I said the key words is may not, and of course, you have to understand, I'm talking about generalization of the very few in this world that may exist, okay? You understand? And what I mean by that, you have to understand that's a hardcore, deep, that's a little bit deeper than you can ever assume because you haven't probably done enough research for you to understand where I'm coming from. But if you have a question about it, I'm going to say it again. Wise men, I said wise men, I didn't say ordinary men now here, okay, which are very few, which has existed since the beginning of time, eons of time, okay, are the only order. I say the only. See, now I made it very clear. Okay, the only order, okay, that keeps this world living. But, then again, they may not be human after all. Oh, so that's a catch-22 there. Because you may assume that they're human, and that's humanoid species is the only one. No, it's not. They may not be human after all. So I made it very clear that we may have different species that are like humans, who look like humans, who can ship-shaped. Okay. Now, I have a whole bunch of quotes that I usually say, but I can't think of them now because I got brain fart. Because I just got the hell up. But I just want you to understand that I believe everyone is a philosopher in their deepest hearts of mind. But I don't have to put deep thought into mine because I'll be like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. I better not say that type of shit. You can't be a philosopher if you don't have no introspection voices in your head. Most people don't hear voices, okay? Most people who say they hear voices, like myself, will be dubbed as sick, okay? But you gotta understand something, okay? If you don't got that certificate approved stamp, then you are not that special, okay? Yes, I'm more special than you. Yes, sure. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of intellectual property men out there, or people, most likely Caucasoid people, okay? I'm going to say Caucasoid. Maybe I ain't going to be a racist bastard or some buffoon, but we already know the facts here in this world, okay? We got a lot of Caucasoid know-it-alls out there who think they're the shit, okay? And their IQs is like way above. Light-skinned motherfuckers, mulatto-type motherfuckers. I'm a mulatto-type motherfucker, mixed breeded, okay? But I look more black than white, right? All right, now, okay, that's all I wanted to say. Let me think of some things off the top of my head, okay? Let me see. A woman who does not know what she wants is most likely to be seasonal and not to be trusted. Yeah, think about that. Is that correct? Can that be a correct philosophy quote I can make? A woman who does not know herself, okay, is a seasonal woman who shall not be trusted, okay? Think about that. Does that make any sense? Okay. But you don't have to take my word for it, like Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow, you remember Reading Rainbow? Gerald Levert or something like that, I remember that. Reading Rainbow. I used to watch that show all the time.